Hello guys, how are you? I'm Sebastian from AMES Group. We're here today with Will. He is the Director of Sales B2B in Pacific Training Group. How are you, Will?
Good, thank you. Thanks for coming, Seb.
Thank you for having us, Will. So today, to start a little bit with the interview, I want you to tell us a bit of how PTG is, how the courses you guys have, and where you're located.
Sure. So here at PTG, we have two different campuses, one in Sydney and the other one in the Gold Coast. We offer a quite wide array of courses. We do have the hospitality courses, we have event management courses, leadership courses, project management courses, blockchain courses, social media courses, and cybersecurity, which is a course we launched 1 month ago.
Good. So what are the benefits, because we know that it's a big competition out there between schools, especially here in Australia. What would be the benefits of studying here in PTG?
The main benefit we promote for our students is they will be studying a really practical course. And that's how we focus pretty much the whole strategy around our courses, from the moment we recruit trainers to how we organize the classrooms. We always have that in mind. We really want them to have a practical experience. And what I mean by practical is work on projects, work on something real when you're in the classroom. You will have theory, of course, you have theory, you need that, but you will apply that, which is probably a key difference with maybe other colleges, which approach is more about giving you theory, and some universities as well. Currently, they just provide you with theory, and that's great. But I think, and we think that you really need to apply that theory into something real, and that's why we try to do every single course.
And you'll be actually learning while you're doing it.
Exactly.
Kind of
Absolutely. And always trying to work with real case scenarios, with examples from the industry they work in. And we also, when I mentioned about the trainers, it's really important for us, having this in mind, to not only have good trainers, but also have trainers that are immersed in the industry. They are currently working in the industry. They know what's going on. Otherwise, the students are prone to have an experience where, oh yeah, he's a really good trainer, the way he explains is really good, but the content is not relevant. You are not telling me what's going on now. So we really want them to know what's going on in the industry at the moment they are providing the class. And that's really important for us.
And Will, for a student to be part of PTG, what are the requirements that you guys have when it comes to English levels or any other information that they can have?
Yeah, it's pretty much standard within the industry, in the vet sector. When it comes to English proficiency, we need 5.5 IELTS or equivalent. We do have a placement test in case students have no evidence of English, but they do have a proper level of English. They can give it a try to that one, it's free. Any student who have studied in Australia a vocational course, as long as it's a certificate 4 or higher, that will be good as well. And that's pretty much it. Now, when it comes to age, they have to be 18 years old or older.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. We do not have, apart from just one course, one qualification, we do not have prerequisites on our courses.
Good.
So everyone can start pretty much any qualification at Pacific Training Group.
That's really easy actually for the students just to make their decisions and actually to come over to PTG and start their courses.
And I think that's key. It's really important. It's just about trying to make it easier for students and for you guys as well, because there are so many options in the market.
Yeah.
So it's really important to try to keep it as simple as possible.
And Will, before you mentioned this course called blockchain, which doing my little research, we realized that it was one of the skills most needed in 2020, according to LinkedIn. Tell us a little bit about this course and what can our students get from this course?
Sure, absolutely. We found a gap in the blockchain industry. Talking with our partners and people in the industry, we realized that there was a big gap in between what the industry was needing, which was people who knows about blockchain, and people who actually knew about blockchain, or people who's been studying blockchain. And since our view is the main thing about this practical approach we have with our courses is that we want to provide them these skills so they can go and be job ready. They can go out to the job market and get a job. So we think that blockchain is one real example of the jobs of the future.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason why we decided to just go ahead with the blockchain courses, because we thought it would provide a really good opportunity for students to be in a really well position when they want to go to the job market. Now, the good thing about our blockchain course, and there's not many providers offering a blockchain course here in Australia, to be honest, it's just a handful, I would say, is that any student can do the course, all right? Because when you think about blockchain, and just to give you a quick plain English version of what blockchain is a technology. You may have heard about Bitcoin. So probably blockchain is a technology behind Bitcoin. So blockchain is a technology that stores a record of digital transactions. Those transactions can be money, can be any kind of transactions. And those transactions are immutable. That means that for anyone to introduce a change in those transactions, pretty much most of that network will have to agree to that. And that's what makes blockchain very special, because that means that anyone who needs to authenticate anything, a process or a product or a service, without the need of a third party, then blockchain is a great solution. And that's the main reason why companies are increasingly using it and trying to get on board and trying to include blockchain in their processes, in their company, in their business models. So what I was saying before is we try to keep it open for everyone. So students don't need to know about blockchain beforehand. The course is not about coding, so they don't need to have a coding experience to study blockchain. They will be learning how to apply blockchain within a company, within a product, a service, or process, within the business model, or adapt the business model of a company to blockchain. Then, of course, in a real work scenario, with that package or that big project, which is applying blockchain to the company, that will be sent to the IT department of the company. And the IT department of the company will be in charge of putting the code and doing all the technical stuff. Our course is not about the technical side of blockchain, and that makes really open to any student who may be interested in blockchain,
like specific skills of knowing something that is specific that it could be within IT.
Exactly.
Which is very code.
Absolutely. And look, if any student have IT knowledge or coding knowledge, great, excellent. That would be a great addition, and they will get the most of the course. But if you don't have it, that's fair enough. That would be your first step into blockchain. And then if you feel like going into the tech side of blockchain or the coding side, you go for it after the course.
Yeah, that's great. And do you guys have any scholarship or offers for the students on 2021 to start with a blockchain?
We are currently running 2 scholarships for our blockchain course. We have a 25% scholarship. And for the rest of the courses, the one I mentioned before, we are running a 20% scholarship. So all the prices you will see in our website, you will see the promotional prices, which is with the scholarship included on it.
Yeah, that's great. It's a great discount as well for after what happened last year, which I want to talk to you about this because 2020 was a rough year for everybody and it changed the rules of the game a little bit. How do you guys cope it with the students, especially when it started to do online classes and probably they were not able to do the payment as on a normal year under the normal circumstances? How did PTG work with that?
It was definitely a really tough year for everyone, for providers, for the industry, for students in particular who lost their jobs in most cases. We tackled the problem from different perspectives. When it comes to the delivery of the courses, we were ready to offer online courses before the pandemic hit because we were preparing that product beforehand. So in March last year, we've got already our own online platform. So for us, it was really easy to switch to our virtual classes.
So you were getting ready beforehand, everything?
Exactly, not because we knew a pandemic would come, but because
we have answers.
It was because we were getting ready to offer a different product, an alternative product to the market. So in that regard, it was really quick, and that was a really good thing. Of course, the pace of the adoption of this new way of delivery for everyone was hard. Students were used to come to face-to-face classes to see their friends, and everything changed in March. So it wasn't easy, but we were in a really good position to implement that straight away. There was another, of course, problem when it comes to the students' welfare. Unfortunately, the students were not included at the very beginning in any kind of subsidy or help from the government. And on top of that, most of them working in hospitality, they had issues, if not lost the job, right? So we, what we did was to be very, very flexible with students when it comes to payment plans. That's what we did pretty much whole last year, just to make it easier for them. If they were not able to pay at this time, we would just try to make or arrange a payment plan for them to be able to pay whenever they could.
Perfect.
It was a really tricky year for everyone. I mean, for our staff as well, for you guys, I guess, at the agency. But I think it was really good for Pacific Training in particular, in regards to we stick to our plan, which was keep launching new courses. Last year was a pandemic year, but we launched 2 different courses. We launched the social media course and the blockchain course. This year, the cybersecurity course. So we are really sure where we want to go. And it was a show of strength for us to keep going on that direction. Trying to sort out all issues around the pandemic, of course, but try to keep going and show to everyone and to ourselves that this is the way. We want to go with these courses which will provide students with the jobs of the future. And that's how we cope with last year.
And especially learning to work with the pandemic more than fighting it or going against it, because in the end it was a work that we had to do all together.
Agree 100%. You can't go against it. You need to just find solutions.
Yeah, exactly. And adjust to what's happening worldwide, especially.
Exactly, and try to make those solutions always, keep in mind that the center is your customer, which is the student. Just do not go for solutions that may not benefit the students and may benefit only you. And that's a challenge. But I think we did quite well in that regard. And students are really happy with what we've done so far.
And especially what you just mentioned about the launching of the courses that you had last year. What is 2021 coming for you guys? Now that you had launches last year of the new courses, what is happening for 2021?
We have a few courses in mind, which will go pretty much in the same line of the technology courses we launched last year and this year. We are looking quite close to the artificial intelligence field. We are looking at the data science field as well, innovation. There are a few options on the table. We are not yet 100% sure about which are going to be the courses we will launch in 2021, but 100% we will launch new courses this year. We are just trying to find the course that tick most of the boxes when it comes to the way we want to deliver it, what will be the outcome for students when it comes to jobs, etc. So we have a few options on the table. It's just a matter of deciding which ones we'll go for.
And of course, I have to ask, what's going to happen according to offers probably this year? What do you guys have in mind?
Look, we are going to stick to what we're offering right now when it comes to the blockchain courses being at 2,000 per term. The rest of the qualifications being in Sydney, 1,000 for the first term and 1,200 for the remaining terms. And then at our Gold Coast campus is 1,000 for all terms. We're going to stick to that. And we are going to review sometime this year whether we need to make any change to that or not. But we're gonna still be as flexible as we can when it comes to pricing for students. And we keep the same price for everyone. We don't do any differentiation whether you are offshore and want to apply from home to your course, or if you are onshore. Price is pretty much the same for everyone. If you are onshore, offshore, if you are from South America or Asia or Europe, prices are the same for everyone.
And Will, at the moment, now that you mentioned, of course, the students that we have offshore, they probably are interested to come over to Australia, but they can still not do it because of the borders that will be closed until 2022, so far as we know. You guys are providing classes online so far for the people offshore. How is that working for people that is in other countries?
Yeah, so we have a few alternatives there. For students who want to start with us and want to apply right now, we have actually 3 options. We can, if they decide to start, let's say in October this year, by October the borders are closed, they can either start online. So they will be doing our online course from home, and whenever the borders open, they come here, they get all the credits of the part of the course they did online, and they just continue the course face-to-face here in Australia simply. Once the borders are open, of course. The other option in this case, someone wants to stay in October and borders are still closed, is they can defer the intake if they want to. That's not a problem. I do know some students want to just complete the whole course here in Australia. They don't want to start online, that's fair enough. And then what we're also doing to encourage offshore students to apply and start their studies with us is offering a full refund. What we thought is that way the student will have one problem less to think about when it comes to making the decision. All right, so I'm in my home country, I'm in Argentina, I really want to go to Australia. Or what if borders, what if, all right, so what we're trying is to give certainty when it comes to, all right, if for some reason things don't go well, if you want, you can just get 100% of your money. And that's how we try to just encourage students to go for it. And worst case scenario, you get your money back, and then you rethink about it. That's how we coping with the offshore enrollments and any student who may be overseas. We do have this online product which is running under our own platform, which is a great platform, and it's really helping when it comes to students who want to study from home, even students who probably don't want to come to Australia at all, but they want to have an accredited Australian qualification. It's a great product. So
and the flexibility that you guys are providing is great for someone who is probably not making their mind yet because they don't know what's going to happen. So that is a great choice for you guys to provide.
I think it really helps the decision-making process.
Okay, well, thank you very much for today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us today. And guys, if you wanna have more information of these courses, the scholarships, every information that we're having with PTG, please go on amesgroup.com.au. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and on our YouTube channel where this video is going to be landing on. And see you next time.